On our top story for this hour, it's all systems go for the 106th anniversary celebrations of the African National Congress in East London. ANC supporters have already started streaming in at the Absa Stadium, where the ANC is expecting over 50,000 people to attend today's celebrations. Heavy security has been put in place in the city for an incident-free event. President Cyril Ramaphosa will be delivering his maiden January 8th statement around 11 a.m. at the Absa Stadium. Alliance leaders are also expected to deliver their messages of support. While we have been bringing you live coverage from the Absa Stadium, it's now over to our reporter Nomusa Pungula. She is stationed within the Absa Stadium in East London. Nomusa, good morning. Welcome back again. Since we last spoke, you mentioned and basically described how people were making their way through into the stadium, where over 50,000 people are expected to come and attend the 106th anniversary celebrations of the African National Congress. What has transpired since we last spoke?
Well, thank you so much, Liesl. Well, the members of the African National Congress and supporters of the ANC continue coming into the stadium, as you have seen earlier on with those visuals there, that a lot of them are already coming in regardless of the ANC saying that gates will open at 7 a.m. But however, I am joined by the ANC chairperson in the Eastern Cape, Oscar Mabuyane, just to give us a quick reaction on what has just happened. We saw people jumping fences, we saw the SAPS pushing people away from the fence. What is your reaction as the ANC in Eastern Cape in terms of that? And what measures have you put in place to make sure that we don't see a stampede or anything of that sort today?
Good morning, Nomusa, and good morning to viewers. Yeah, well, it's part of the hectic space. Ourselves as leadership to come in as well. It's unnecessary impatience sometimes. Our people can just simply relax and be tolerant. Things are going to happen nicely here because there was no need for them to push each other. But I had to move out of studio myself, go there and appeal to them and plead with them to calm down. Yes, I understand some have been here since 1 a.m. In the morning. We anticipated that we will be ready to open up gates at 7, but we had to actually instruct security to open gates as early as 6, and people were allowed in through that gate. Our apologies for where there could have been some inconveniences, particularly on journalists that would have been here earlier but couldn't access the stadium as planned. But we're doing fairly well. We're quite happy. It's an exciting space, very quite electrifying environment out there. People love ANC. People are excited about the ANC. People are here to listen to their newly elected president presenting the statement of the 54th National Executive Committee. We're looking forward to that kind of a way forward instruction mandate. We simply comply and march on and deliver the National Democratic Society.
Now, as we heard yesterday from the mayor of Buffalo City saying this stadium has a capacity of 55,000, and on top of that, there are 2 overflows. Are you still confident that indeed you are going to fill up all those 3 spaces?
Definitely, filling up would be something else. I mean, East London. We have filled up East London the whole week. There are no spaces here. People are giving their houses, renting out their homes, etc. We have packed this long time ago. People are excited. Just an environment to be around East London, even if you are not here, but people are inside the stadium here. It's an opportunity that is going to be presented here. To us, it's not about how many people in the stadium or not, but it's about how much are we reaching out to South Africans. The message that will be actually what do you call it, being transacted through to South Africans through your studios, etc. We're quite looking forward to that, and we're quite happy as the ANC about all this platform that we have. We will be speaking to millions, not only thousands. You speak about thousands, yeah. Millions are actually waiting out there in their homes patiently for president to tell them what to do next. And reclaim the space, reclaim the ANC, get everyone to be a volunteer of the ANC marching towards 2019.
Now, can you confirm for us if there's any other security besides SAPS here that you may see also making their way?
Yes, definitely. We do have our own internal ANC security. They are here in numbers. We do have more than 1,500 marshals of the ANC. It's just that the question of processing all those this morning had some little bit of delays and glitches, but that has been sorted out. Now people are being deployed in their posts to look after the safety of our people. But our people themselves, we want to appeal to them. They must take responsibility of their safety. They cannot outsource that. They cannot abdicate that responsibility. The ANC rally is about all of us, not about certain individuals. It's about us enjoying this festive mood of the ANC, enjoying its 106th birthday.
Well, thank you so much, Oscar Mabuyane. That was the chairperson in the Eastern Cape of the African National Congress, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, just giving us a little bit brief on the logistics as well as how they plan to make sure that the venue is secured. But most importantly, he said that security of individuals is their responsibility. They can only do so much. So therefore, people are urged to make sure that they are secured and all their valuables are with them, so that we don't see a situation where there are people that are getting hurt. But also people continue coming into the stadium and the singing is getting louder, which tells you that, or which is an indication that more and more people are coming into the stadium, Liesl.
Nomusa, do you perhaps have the program at hand, and what can we expect? I mean, we do know that the address by Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC president, is expected, as well as Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Well, Liesl, the program has not been issued yet. However, we understand that both presidents will be speaking. But on the issue of the president speaking, you remember yesterday that Cyril Ramaphosa said that it was quite exciting to hear from President Kenyatta saying that he is here in South Africa, besides being here for business, particularly also to listen to how the African National Congress has made it united for 106 years, but also how they have managed to keep this giant organization alive for so many years, so they can take a lesson from the African National Congress as Kenya. But also President Ramaphosa said that as they will be making sure that they are enforcing the mandate that they received from the National Congress, but it is important that they go back to the basics and ensure that they take the African National Congress, or reclaim the lost ground of the African National Congress. But right now I am joined by the SACP, Mr. Soli Mapaila. So thank you so much for joining us. It's quite exciting to see the SACP also gracing this event. But can you just tell us, what is the SACP's expectations in today's January 8th statement?
Well, it's the same expectation as that of the people of South Africa, that we are looking for hope to reconnect the ANC with its mass base and its value system that has recently been questioned by the conduct of some of the leadership in the ANC. But after conference, we have seen how the people have responded to the changes that have taken place in the ANC. We think the ANC has now entered a new era, and the NEC should embrace that era and reconnect the movement to the people of South Africa, because the ANC is just but an instrument to fulfill the mission of the people of South Africa, to ensure that we deal with poverty in this country, we eradicate unemployment, we deal with all inequalities from racial, class and gender inequalities that are afflicting the people of South Africa, and build a united and prosperous South Africa.
Now, Mr. Mapaile, if you can just share with us, are you saying that we are going to see change in the relationship of the alliance partners?
There's no choice about that. It's a necessity, because the ANC appreciate the fact that, as well as the SACP, the fact, and COSAT and SANCO, that if we continue divided, because we can't complement each other in the manner that we approach social problems that we face, in the manner that we deal with internal challenges as a movement, will then surely lose political power that the people of South Africa has entrusted upon us in order to fulfill their aspirations. Therefore, it's critical that we unite ourselves, we rebuild the alliance, we reconfigure it so that it can adapt to the new conditions of functioning, rather than the manner in which it has been, which led to some of the internal challenges that we faced.
Now again, Mr. Mapaile, a lot of people here have been saying that they want to see change within the African National Congress. They want the ANC to respond to their needs as the people that they have put in government. What do you perhaps think has gone wrong within the organization to take it 106 years to realize that there is something that we have not been doing right, therefore we need to restructure and make sure that we change the manner in which we do things in order to respond to the needs of our people at large?
Well, there are many successes that the ANC has achieved over the years since it came into political office in 1994. We have built over 4 million houses for the poor, for instance. We have reconnected the people of South Africa with clean running water, with electricity, and you can name them, built schools, clinics in their thousands across the country. That achievement is no small measure. But at the same time, we have also appreciated the fact that colonialism as well as the apartheid legacy had underdeveloped the larger sections of South Africa where the black majority are living. And therefore, that is why you can find that in sections of our society, there are areas that are highly developed, and in other sections, there are areas that are also highly underdeveloped. So the creation of closing the gap between the two, it's a strategic task that the ANC confronts through its social transformation agenda. And therefore, it is important that we must appreciate that as well as we understand the challenges that are there. But what is critical is that in doing so, the ANC, particularly its leadership, must show and lead by example, that they are using every single available resource for the benefit of the people of South Africa, not for individuals or those in the leadership and their connected individuals. And therefore, if they do that, they can also inspire the people of South Africa to join forth to resolve the challenges that we face. But at the same time, we have to deal with the fundamental problem of an economy that is not growing, and therefore that has left majority of our people outside. So we have to change the structure of the economy that can be as inclusive as possible so that all our people can find expression and express themselves through labor.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mapaile. And lucky enough, the African National Congress, in their proposed policy, or the policy that was adopted of radical economic transformation, perhaps can respond to that issue of inclusive growth, and also making sure that they change the patterns of the economy as well as reconfigure the organization and respond to the needs of our people. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Mapaile. That was Solly Mapaile from the SACP, just giving us also his views on what should happen within the African National Congress moving forward. 106 years later, there's still more that needs to be done. For now, it's back to you, Liesl.